Hello, welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey. I'm here to give you my tips for each of the knockout games on Sunday. There's 3 of them in all, so let's get stuck into the first match, which of course is the hosts France taking on Ireland. Ireland, huge price here, 10 to 1 to win the game after their surprise win over Italy guaranteed them this match up against the hosts France. France, on the other hand, shorter price than 1 to 2 best price with the odds comparison service that Easy Odds offer. 23 to 50 is their best price. They're really fancied here by the bookies after late victories against Romania and Albania and a draw against Switzerland. They've only let in 1 goal all tournament long, and that was a silly foul given away by Patrice Evra, which was then adjudged to be a penalty, and Romania slotted that away. So they've only let in 1 goal, and they're unbeaten in the whole tournament, and they're up against an Ireland team that only picked up 4 points in their group, but were lucky enough to be one of the better third place teams. So they're facing France in this game. So I'm going to back France to win to 0 here. As I mentioned in the piece earlier, France have only conceded once in the tournament so far, and I can think of quite a few reasons that France will win without conceding on Sunday. This match comes just 4 matches after an emotionally and physically exhausting win for Ireland against Italy in that match, and this match here is going to be played in the afternoon heat of Lyon, 2 p.m. kickoff, so they're going to have a real difficult time of having to run off that win just 4 days ago, whereas France have had 7 days off coming into this match, and they of course rested players in their last match against Switzerland also, so I can see a tough match here for Ireland, and I can understand why they're as big a price as 10 to 1. Ireland have only scored 1 goal against France in 4 attempts, and they've looked less than impressive in front of goal this tournament with just 2 goals to their name and an average of 7 shots per game. So I think whilst France have played some poor sides in Group A, they have won 11 of their last 13 games now, and have only conceded once so far in Euro 2016. So for those reasons, I'm going to be backing France to win to 0 at a best price of 10 to 11. So moving on to the 5 p.m. kickoff, we've got world champions Germany facing Slovakia. And the bookies have made Germany, yet again, pretty big odds-on favourites to win this game, 4 to 9 best price. They topped Group C with 7 points thanks to comfortable victories over the Ukraine and Northern Ireland, and a 0-0 draw against Poland. Poland caused them a few scares in that match, but they managed to draw the game 0-0, so that means that Germany have only scored 3 goals, which is a bit of a concern going forward, but on the plus side, they have kept 3 clean sheets back-to-back, and if you add in the friendly match against Hungary before the tournament started, that's now 4 clean sheets in a row. So they're up against a Slovakian team that are not fancied here, 10 to 1 to win, even after finishing 3rd in Group B with 4 points. They've gone quietly about their business and shown they've got decent ability going forward, in particular with Marek Hamzik. His performance against Russia was really, really impressive, but the bookies don't fancy them much here. 10 to 1 best price using the Easy odds comparison, and yet again I'm going to go for a win to 0 bet here. Germany to win to 0, best price 10 to 11. I think that's a really nice price. As I mentioned in the piece earlier, Germany have now kept 3 clean sheets in a row in Euro 2016. They've got Mats Hummels back fit. They're newly signed for Bayern Munich, Mats Hummels from rivals Dortmund. He's one of the best defenders in the world. They've got Manuel Neuer, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So I think to keep a clean sheet and win the game here at 10 to 11 is a decent price. Interestingly, these teams met just a few weeks previous to the start of the tournament, and Slovakia won somewhat surprisingly 3-1. It's a huge surprise. However, there was a few caveats to that surprising result. The match was played on a puddle of a pitch. It was absolutely teeming down with rain. The ball was hardly following through with passes, so that caused problems for Germany, and Germany did play very much a second string side in that match, so there's a few caveats to that, and I think whilst Slovakia will take plenty of encouragement from that friendly game, I can see this German team taking their revenge and winning to 0 at a best price of 10 to 11. And finally, let's move on to the last game of Sunday. It's my picks for the whole tournament, Belgium, and they're facing a Hungary side who are hungry for victory at the moment. They've done so well. However, they're not favourites to win in the full-time result market. My picks for the tournament, Belgium are favourites here, 4 to 6 best price. They started their campaign with a disappointing 2-0 loss against Italy, which was causing me all kinds of stress, but they bounced back and they beat Ireland 3-0 and then followed that up with a 1-0 win over Sweden to qualify pretty handsomely from their Group E. Critics have been quick to say about Belgium being an underwhelming side, and whilst I certainly wouldn't argue that they're not the easiest team on the eye to look at, I have been impressed with their resoluteness to come back from that initial loss. Hungary, on the other hand, have been really impressive. They've managed to win their group, so they've finished above the likes of Portugal, Austria and Iceland, and they could well be many people's fancies in this betting market at 13-2. That's a big price there for a team that are unbeaten in the tournament. However, I am sticking with my guns here, and I'm going to be backing Belgium to win. As I mentioned in my piece earlier, Hungary are unbeaten in this tournament, and they're now only actually lost 2 of their last 15 matches, which is pretty impressive. However, Belgium are picked to win the tournament, and they still are. They've got a nice draw here because they're actually on the easier side of the draw. The likes of Spain, Germany, England, France, all on the other side of the draw, so they won't meet any of those sides if they get through until at least the final. And I just feel that whilst the betting companies are underrating Hungary, the Belgian side will not be at all. They know full well that they're a dangerous team. They've kept they've knocked Austria out of the tournament. They've kept Portugal to a draw, so they're no mugs at all, and they won't be taken lightly by this Belgian setup. Belgium have now picked up back-to-back wins without conceding a goal. They've never lost to Hungary in their whole history, and I honestly believe that they will have enough to win the game. It might not be pretty, as the critics have been saying, but they do grind out these results, and they have done in the last 2 games. Hungary conceded 18 shots to Portugal in the last game in that insane 3-3 draw earlier in the week. And if they allow Belgium the same chances, and if Belgium keep up their much more improved defensive displays, I think Belgium have what it takes to win this game. They're a price here of 4-6 to win the game. So those are my 3 tips for Sunday. I'm going for France to win 2-0 at 10-11. I'm going for Germany to win 2-0 at 10-11. And I'm also going for Belgium to win their match against Hungary in the evening game at best price of 4-6. Thanks very much for watching. Those are my tips for the knockout games on Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe to the Easy Odds channel by hitting the watermark below. And of course, visit our Euro 2016 betting centres on site, on mobile, on Android and on app. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Ross Casey. All the best.